What's up, you guys? All right, so I want to talk a little bit about not conforming to the matrix and how we've been outcasted, and it's for a good reason, and how it's a hive mind consciousness throughout the world. And I came to this realization even more so through YouTube. Now, if any of you guys remember the Do It For The Vine trend that was going on or whatnot. Now, when I first heard about that, I heard about that like last year, but I didn't know it was going on. It had been going on for like 2 years prior to that. And what I noticed was, once that first started, people with YouTube channels or whatnot, it's like everybody knew about it. And like I'm thinking, like, how did everybody know about that? It's like they're just on cue and they're activated, for everyone, everyone is activated to do to act a certain way. For instance, I was on YouTube last night and I got a recommendation for Jay-Z's new album. It's called 444. And the funny thing about that is, this is why I know it's some type of hive mind going on. Because once I clicked on that video, Jay-Z's new album 444, I got there were other links up under that video about all the different celebrities that had something to say about that album, whether it was good or bad, and it was all like within the same day, 1 or 2 days. But most of the videos that the celebrities posted came out the same day. And I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, are these celebrities, because they know Jay-Z, obviously, but that doesn't necessarily mean that just because this man comes out with an album that you have to post a video, about it. So I thought, okay, maybe either Jay-Z spoke to him and called out to him, and said, all you guys, post a video about my album, and I can get some attention. My album can get some attention or whatnot. But the funny thing about that is, on YouTube, you can't even find his album. Usually, like, when an artist puts an album on YouTube, comes out with an album, it's gonna be on YouTube. Even the first day when it comes out, it's gonna be on YouTube somehow, some way. His album isn't even on YouTube. But there's people that have, they bought the album and the CD and or on iTunes or whatnot, and they do the reviews and the reactions to it. But the interesting thing is, all these celebrities are coming out talking about, their perspective on his album, but his album isn't even on YouTube. But besides that, because they could have purchased it, but I'm saying besides that, did the music industry or the Illuminati, the so-called powers that be, did they tell everybody, once this album comes out, did they tell all the celebrities, once this album comes out, all you guys gotta post a video about it, and give your take on it? Did that happen or what? But however it goes, everybody, all these celebrities, and I'm talking about celebrities that are kind of like, they're not even in the mainstream anymore. These are just, they haven't made music for some of these artists or celebrities and whatnot. They haven't, put any projects out in years. But yet, they pop up out of nowhere talking about Jay-Z's album. So that goes back to, to all the different trends, like Do It For The Vine. like I said, I believe it's, well, I know it's a hive mind going on. You know, it's a hive mind consciousness. Just like the soul individuals, we have a collective consciousness, but we're individuals. We can think for ourselves, but it's pretty deep. You know what I'm saying? That aspect of it. But what I'm saying is, when you're dealing with the hive mind, you know, that's different. You know, they have to do it. You know, they're one entity. They're one organism. I even seen a video game about that. You know, very deep. I mean, it explained it so, it depicted it, you know, so concise. It was amazing. Even the movie Star Trek: The Next Generation, they came out with a series called The Borg, where it depicted, you know, the hive mind and how these aliens from another planet, you know, they wanted to assimilate mankind into the hive mind. It's a lot of information, you know, and it's a lot of you know, subliminal information. I mean, movies about it, you know, and they tell us what's going on. Now, another thing that's taking place is the mind control. Like, I know the souled individuals here on the earth, you know, to me, it feels like, you know, they're the majority. But what I'm really trying to figure out is like, okay, maybe it's like this. Maybe you have the soulless individuals. Say for instance, they said 7 billion people on the earth. I don't know how they've come to that estimation, that number or whatnot, but let's just say it's the truth. 7 billion people on the earth. Then say you have 3.5 billion soulless individuals. And so that's half, you know, the population of soulless. Then you have, you know, the others, then you have the souled individuals, make up the other half. Okay? Now, this pertains to gang stalking. Okay. So everybody I come into contact with, the majority of the people, I say like 97, 98% of people I come into contact with on a daily basis, whether they be in the cars, you know, giving me crazy looks, or I'm in the store, you know, and have an attitude, you know. Now, let's say there's 100 people in the store. I'm in the supermarket, 100 people. You got half soulless, half have a soul. Now, the soulless obviously can be manipulated because they're just vessels for demonic entities. But also, you have the souled individuals in that store that can have thoughts projected into their minds. You see what I'm saying? By demons. So they can be triggered to treat you in a negative manner. So I'm saying this because, you know, when I look at it from this perspective, I make sure that I don't, because when you're dealing with a soulless individual, you know, they don't have any, they're not rational. Go ahead. They're not rational, you know. You can't rationalize with them, you know, but, so I don't try, you know, but, and you can't get through to them. But, you know, I have to distinguish the soulless from the soul. That way, if a soul individual is having thoughts projected, you know, into their minds, in certain energy, you know, whether it be an energy to act aggressive towards me or hostile, or give me the cold shoulder or rude, you know, I have to be able to distinguish what's taking place, whether it's a soul individual being manipulated or if it's just a soulless individual that I can't get through to. And what I found is, you know, if I'm in a store or whatever and I don't allow, you know, any of these individuals' attitudes to get to me, if I kind of like just bypass that and I'm still polite, I notice like some of them will, it's like they snap out of a trance. And those are the souls. Those are the ones that have a soul, you know. And the ones that are soulless, even if, you know, they're rude and I'm still polite, they won't reciprocate that. So that's how I can tell. You know, I try not to spend a lot of time doing that, you know, because everything is energy and I don't try to put my energy into that, trying to figure it out, you know. But at the same time, you know, it's something that I have to become aware of, because there's still people that can, there's still good people out here, and there's people that can be saved, and people that they need to wake up. So yeah, just I'm gonna hit in the store real quick, but yeah, it's just something for you guys to think about. You know, just leave your comments, tell me how you feel. All right, love you guys, peace.